Good morning, everyone. Today's story is going to be Knights and Dragons Unite, and it's a Twinkle original. The noble knights of Stombart were the bravest in the land. They trained to fight the dragons with their swords and shields in hand. Sir Gorrel was uncomfortable with swords and angry steeds. He found it all too scary and preferred to do good deeds. The mighty Dracton dragons were the fiercest in the world. They trained to fight the knights with giant flames that blazed and swirled. Young Aristar disliked the flames which scorched as they shot by. She found it all too scary and preferred the cooling sky. One morning, whilst the knights were all in training for a fight, Sir Gorrel slipped away towards the woods and out of sight. And as the dragons roared and shot their flames into the air, it got too much for Aristar, who crept out of the lair. Sir Gorrel skipped along till something stopped him in his tracks. "Hello, is someone there?" he called, unable to relax. Sir Gorrel saw a dragon with a blue and scaly snout. "Don't hurt me," said the two of them together with a shout. "Oh, I would never hurt you," they responded, both confused. The presence of a friendly foe had left them quite bemused. "Don't worry," said Sir Gorrel, "I'm just keeping out the way, as fighting makes me nervous and they're practicing today." "Me too," responded Aristar. "I find the flames too hot. I hate the fact that dragons have to breathe them such a lot. If only we weren't enemies, we wouldn't need to fight. And maybe if we worked together, things would be all right." Then suddenly Sir Gorrel turned to Aristar and said, "Forget the silly training, let's put on a show instead." They put their heads together and devised a cunning scheme to join the knights and dragons into one united team. They laughed and worked till afternoon until the job was done. This plan could bring a peaceful truce where everybody won. They headed for the castle where the knights all gazed in shock. "How did you catch a dragon?" asked the biggest knight, Sir Jock. "I didn't," said Sir Gorrel. "She's not scary, she's my friend. We've come up with a plan to bring our squabbles to an end." Then Aristar took flight, and as she did, their plan was clear. The banner flew behind him, and Sir Gorrel gave a cheer. The message in the sky said, "Knights and dragons all unite. Join forces for a friendship-building talent show tonight." They headed next to Dracton Lair to show off their new plan. The dragon shouted, "Aristar, how did you catch this man?" "I didn't," she responded. "He's not scary, he's my friend. We've come up with a plan to bring our squabbles to an end." Then Aristar flew back towards the village from the wood and headed for the castle where the great arena stood. They worked until they both grew tired from rushing to and fro, preparing all the things they'd need for putting on a show. The knights back at the castle huddled tightly in a scrum. A show seemed odd to many, but it did appeal to some. "I do quite like to juggle," said Circea with a smirk. "And I've been known to dance a wicked rumba," said Sir Kirk. The dragons back at Dracton were all huddled in a scrum. A show seemed odd to many, but it did appeal to some. "I'm quite good at singing," Ruxley mentioned, feeling shy. Then Cloudy said, "I might give writing poetry a try." Sir Gorrel started with Aristar upon the empty stage. The audience consisted of donkey and a page. "At least we tried," said Aristar. "I guess they just don't care." But then as she was talking, raucous laughter filled the air. They looked up to the sky and saw the most amazing sight. A host of flying dragons, each one carrying a knight. Sir Theo called, I guess that we can give this thing a go. It's worth a try, called Maddox. Now let's get on with the show. The audience were captured by a Capella squires, and Maddox and Sir Trundlefoot did some somersaults on wires. A group of street performers brought the house down with a roar, and Knit United knitted like they'd never done before. Their lives were much more wholesome with new talents and new friends. They realised that life becomes more fun when fighting ends. The end. Well, that's all for today, everyone. So until the next time, I'll see you again soon. Bye.